Hey guys, quick update on the OCC derivatives of silver of Bank of America, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and Citibank. Um, the OCC is trying to cover up what is glaringly obvious. What is glaringly obvious is the OCC quarterly derivative report has showed that Bank of America has massively, as in, what would that be? It would be over 10 times the amount the Hunt brothers did get into the silver market with silver derivatives. And that's just solely, these are potentially, most likely, they are leases from JP Morgan of their silver to suppress the silver price over the last 18 months. Here it is right here. Bank of America in the OCC data, $27 billion, 1.2 billion ounces of silver. Now, mind you, there's some palladium in there and other precious metals, but the vast majority, I'd say over 80%, is silver. And that's been proven many times. And the only way to, I mean, it's so obvious when you look at it. Here's JP Morgan with 28 billion. They've been hovering in that range for a long time since they, over the last 10 years, from rigging the price of silver low, has been able to accumulate over 1 billion ounces of physical silver by shorting the COMEX and the LBMA, the criminal derivative markets, and taking physical delivery. And now Bank of America is all of a sudden in the last 18 months up there, right there with them. Bank of America doesn't even have a trading floor for precious metals as far as I know. Clearly someone is doing something. This was the plan. Jenny Moonstone and I talked about this about 2 years ago, how the old game is over, but they're going to resurrect a really old game, and that's the silver leasing game, where physical silver is leased, sold into the market to suppress the price, and then you're sitting there with a naked short having to pay back the silver. Now, I don't know how this was constructed, but we have today or yesterday suspicious activity. Oh, this is today. Suspicious activity reports. The OCC authorizes exemptions to suspicious activity report requirements. The final rule. On March 16, 2022, the Office of Comptroller of Currencies issued a final rule amending the OCC suspicious activity report, the SARS regulation. This is suspicious activity. Bank of America adding the largest silver short position in the history of mankind to their book when we've already seen Drexel Burnham go down, AIG go down, Bear Stearns go down, and JP Morgan almost go down until they played this little game because of the silver short rigging position. It has destroyed every bank, and now they have to give Bank of America an exemption because of this obvious criminal activity. Why have an OCC? Why have the Office of Comptroller of Currencies have these banks report on a quarterly basis if you're not going to do anything about it? There's no reason to report anything unless you're going to do something about it. And when they figured out, oh my God, we have to do something about it, what do? They change the rules so that they can give them an exemption. Now, I want to know, being an American citizen paying taxes to these people, I pay these people's salary, I want to know who got the exemption and why. They will never tell you that. Anyway, the final rule harmonizes the OCC's legal authority to issue exemptions. Harmonize? Well, if you need to harmonize your legal authority to issue exemptions, why do it at all? If you already have the legal authority, why do you even have to do anything? And this third bullet point is exactly why. It establishes a process for the OCC to grant relief to banks that develop innovative solutions intended to meet bank security requirements more efficiently and effectively. Now, when I did my Jenny Moonstone reading, she said, and we read Brian Moynihan, the head of the Bank of America, she said he's not worried because he thinks he's got it all figured out. They've structured a way out of this. And apparently the OCC thinks, oh shit, this structure doesn't fall within the legal requirements of the SARS regulations, the suspicious activity report regulations. So we need to give Bank of America an exemption. And that's what I want to know from the OCC. Who got the exemption? Was it Bank of America? And why did they get that exemption? But I will never be told that. That's a little too complicated. Screw you. Anyway, that's what's going on your short, brief update. The crimes continue to be committed and covered up by the regulators. The most obvious solution is let's get rid of the regulators. This is Bix Weir. I'll talk to you later.